Good morning. It is the first day, the first day that I'm able to work on the Know Your Clothes project. We have our, as the commenter pointed out, very ironic and terribly oversaturated journal that shall be our guide in this endeavor for booking things and writing to-do lists and such. And today I think I'm going to work on working out some community things because we come back to, you can't do any of this alone. We are a team, a collective, a collaborative. So I want to, hello Sid, you can come. So I would like to try to include the community as best I can, when I can, where I can, and try to figure things out as we go. So we're going to figure out a couple of tasks. Probably we need some graphics, things that people can share on like reels and TikToks and stories and stickers and things like that. That is a very good task to outsource, I think, because it is not a particular expertise of mine. And then we're going to email some people. I'm going to at least email Alden Wicker, who wrote To Die For, and Sarah Corbett, who wrote How to Be Craftivist. Both of them, both trying to check interest a little bit, but also asking for advice and feedback and things. I really want to do a craftivism project about Know Your Clothes, or several, and getting some brainstorming. We have our assistant in place. But yeah, getting some feedback, and hopefully in time we will figure out some sort of craftivism theme project thing that we can do, that people in the community can also do and talk to people close to them. But for today, journaling and email writing. All right, the first time didn't really take, but I used an alcohol wipe and ended up staining it a lot without it getting out ready. But I think it fits. I mean, dirty business, dirty cover. We are vibing, we're following the irony. I have not had the Lace Firm one before, but what I do like is that they have a table of contents. Makes things a little bit easier for us. I think that is quite enough for a start. And if you're wondering about my little washcloth, I've learned, I'm trying to be good at it from our fountain pen friends, that because of the skin oils in our hands, we can make patches where the water solvent ink will not go through. So you have a higher chance of writing well on the pages if you protect them a bit from yourself. And of course, now that we have planned the thing, the only thing left to do is doing the thing, the scary part. We have this whole thing. That'll be the rest of the day. All right, it is the end of my workday, as much as I have the spoons to finish, at least. And we have gotten some things done. We have sent 4 very scary emails, because it involves, talking to other humans and actually advertising the thing that you are trying to do, although it doesn't feel like it's done building yet. And also some ideas for some shorts that you will see before this update goes live. So you will have already seen them in the timeline that you are, but here I have just written some notes, and tomorrow I will try to film them. We have some other errands to run as well, but I will try to film at least a handful of shorts that I can edit and sort of schedule so that I can focus on some other things as well. I also have, it's basically just day to film said shorts that you sort of planned today. And we have put a little bit of stuff on the community on the website, and the community has encouraged me to reach out to other creators to collaborate. And I'm a little bit anxious because, again, that fear that, the project doesn't feel like it's done baking yet, but we're not going to, knowing myself, they're not going to get baked unless I have a reason to bake it, which involves, talking to other people and, getting some stakes, because they expect some kind of answer like that you can talk about it somehow. But so that will be interesting, trying to get some other creators to talk about the project, or letting me come to their show and talk to them about it, or we shall see. More updates to come later, sometime, but not for you, because you will get all of this in an update video. I'm very curious about what you will be seeing next. Good morning. It has been about 2 weeks since I sent a handful of emails to various people about Know Your Clothes, and we have gotten exactly 0 responses to my cold emails, which I'm honestly a little bit surprised, because one of them was not even a cold email. It was a contact I've previously communicated a fair bit with, but we shall persevere. And anyway, cold emails are a little bit scary, because then it makes me not want to check my inbox. But we have come upon a potential thread that we can pursue, and that is Article 33 and REACH, which is a chemical legislation body in the EU and EEA, which means that for once, since the EEA is included, it also includes Norway, which is not formally a member of the EU. But Article 33 says that any consumer within REACH's legislative area can petition a company and ask them if there are any substances of high concern above 0.1% in any item that they have purchased within the legislative area, so EU and EEA. Now, they also have an app which has different names in different countries. I'll put it below, but if you notice my comments, it has a couple of limitations. So it has to be on REACH's chemical list of substances of very high concern, so not even high concern or concern very high, and it takes quite a bit to get on that list. So it may trigger a sort of false sense of security in consumers if they petition like this and it comes back with 0 because it is maybe a substance slightly lower on the concern list, but still present. My other issue with this legislation is that it is only if it contains 0.1% or more in the item that you have purchased that they are liable to provide you this information. So the company is liable to answer you within 45 days, I do believe. And it's 0.1% sounds very good, and it's certainly a very good start. But when I was working with persistent organic pollutants on my PhD work, we were frequently working in the parts per billion range, which is many times smaller than that. I'll put some numbers up on screen so you can see exactly how small I'm talking. And we found endocrine disrupting effects, or hormone disrupting effects at these levels. So again, it is something to start. It is something to get us started. So what I shall be doing today is that I shall be writing an email to REACH and see if we can talk to them about this initiative, if there's any plans of, making it, developing it further, and maybe even, I don't know if this is allowed, but maybe even if I can get access to the textile-based database part of their app that already exists. It doesn't exist in Norway, so I can't download it here, but perhaps we can get some of their data and see what is already in clothes that has already been reported, because that could give us a good idea of where to start, in addition to wanting to build a list of common allergens in clothing and see if we can send those to different businesses and gain some awareness. But yeah, that shall be my task for today. Hello, this is week 3, and I think we will do one more email before we call it for this particular update. We still have received no responses to any of our emails, so brainstorming commence for other things we might try that are better intentions and better spent of our energy. I'm thinking that growing public awareness about it, simply making videos about it, is a good place to start, but do let me know if you have other ideas we can try out as well. But the company I thought we could communicate with and ask if they are interested in collaborating in any way, shape or form this is a company called Know Your Clothing in the US, and they are an organization that works kinda in similar ways that they work on transparency and local cotton production and try to keep a transparent line of clothing. They use some natural dyes. I don't know if their t-shirts list the dyes used in their natural dyes in their printing process, but I thought as a last-ditch effort for cold emails for now, I'm going to send them an email, just because, it's one of our community members found this website, and I was at first a little bit like, oh no, there is someone else with a similar name than me, but also this is kind of cool, and it's not exactly the same, Know Your Clothes versus Know Your Clothing, and they're still working on interesting stuff. So just for the name similarity, for one, I thought we would contact them and give it a go, and then I'm going to continue working on, I think the reach angle that we have here in Europe is a good angle, even though I don't think 0.1%, it's never going to be perfect, is it? But I would love if that limitation got a little bit lower, even lower, so that we are in the parts per million range, where we do definitely see endocrine disrupting effects. So I think that is a good place to try to see. They will have a large database of information from producers already, so I'm hoping that they could be a good place to collaborate with. But for now, one more email, and then we'll see what we do from there. All right, the email is sent, and as I said, I think we're going to call it here. I don't feel like we've gotten a lot further at the moment, but we have tried some things and we have found some resources, so it is not all a loss after all. But yeah, do drop me more ideas that we can try out, because as we know, cold emailing is not the best. I will keep trying to make more videos that we can share with the greater world so that we can gain more awareness and traction for this cause. I will sit down and I will brainstorm some shorts that can go with this video. And as always, thank you so much to our patrons who help keep this channel running in all its chaotic glory. Thank you to the Discord community, who is such an amazing group of knowledgeable, skilled, and curious people who keep finding new resources and new avenues for us to research. And if you want to support this project, for now, the way to do that is on my Patreon. We don't have any separate organization going or anything like that. I figure we would have to be a lot bigger and have a lot more traction before that makes sense to start looking into the paperwork for that. But for now, thank you for being here, and I hope we can have some more news to share with you for our next update. Bye! How are you so cute, Mom? Hi.
Et dis Sophie?